Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make the Comrade Show with Comrade Vigilante live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make the Comrade Show with Comrade Vigilante live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. Make the Comrade Show with Comrade Vigilante live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make the Comrade Show with Comrade Vigilante live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show. Make the Comrade Show with Comrade Vigilante live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.
Yes, very good evening to you, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're joining us from. This is the Comrade Show. It's hard gist on the Comrade Show. My name is Comrade Lamte Ikmomusa Orehi. If you are joining me, first I'd like to apologize for starting a bit behind schedule. I actually thought I was going to be able to start about 20 minutes ago, as well. But some technical issues I had to deal with. However, I mean this broadcast is just an update broadcast on the last broadcast I had on this issue of Fulanization of Edo State, and the things we've been seeing about the Shoah Arab and all those things. I had a broadcast a couple of days back, and of course we made some calls. And yesterday I thought I would have been able to make this broadcast, but the information I was looking for it wasn't quite there. There was somebody. I'm going to show us this video because the subject matter was actually surrounding this video. Let me find this video to upload it so that we understand exactly where we are coming from. Yes, I think I have it right now. Somebody's going to be joining us who's going to be sharing a lot of information with us as far as this matter is concerned. But the subject matter was regarding this particular video. I'm showing you right now. This footage I'm showing you right now. Well, for many who have seen this footage, what you are seeing here is a case of an arrival of whoever he is, okay, but one of these Hausa Fulani, people in Edo State who has purportedly gone to Abuja to get a certificate to become, one of the leaders of their community, and we interpret this very, differently. Coming to come and, have, a traditional, an Islamic traditional council in Edo State and all of that. And of course, we did make a lot of calls to try to find out exactly what is happening. Because again, we are not unaware of the speculation making the round, which of course a lot of things are actually pointing, directly to as what is happening right now. An attempt by certain human beings in Nigeria, headed by the president of Nigeria, to Islamize Nigeria. And of course, in the course of my trying to find out a lot of what has been going on, I made calls. Numbers were given to me concerning about these people. Of course, I got some numbers, called some of these numbers and all of that. They were not picking their phones. But again, I did come across somebody who appeared to know quite much about these people and all the intrigues that may be going on right now. And I thought it's essential that we have this discourse. There's somebody I'm going to be ringing. I'm just trying to follow up on that brother, but he has a lot of information, and I thought I come live for him to help show me to share this information. It's important because it's often, even the Bible says that knowledge is power. One of the major reasons why we may not have taken the kind of action we need to take is because many of us don't know what has been happening. A lot has actually been happening, not just starting this year, not starting last year, not starting 2 years ago. There's been a steady arrangement based on the information available to me right now. There's been a steady, arrangement by these people to take over the whole of Edo State. And we have to wake up, every Edo person. Wake up. We have to be armed with information. I have been informed, okay, and the source to a reasonable extent is reliable. I have been informed that we are just playing. We are just playing. That what is happening, okay, we are at a defining moment. If we think we are joking about what is happening is child's play, it's not. I have been informed that the 18 local government of Edo State has a representative of the Fulani people. 18 local government of Edo State. As a matter of fact, a source told me that the Ruga that was being, what's it called, flattered by the federal government of Nigeria, okay, under this Buhari's administration, it was not for the purpose at all that there's a hidden agenda in the matter, to the extent that there are classified documents that reveal that for state governors that agree to put Ruga in their states, this federal government will give them 4 billion. 4 billion naira. There are most startling revelations about Edo State and the existence of these people. This is what I mean. It is not this year we started having Fulani Hausa community in Edo State. I mean, it's been on for a long time. Why is it that this regime of Buhari is now making everything pacey? Okay, now bringing the things that we have never seen before and all of that. I want to try to ring this brother. I don't know if it's so because he has a lot. He has worked with them. He knows them inside out. He is concerned. He himself has reached the authorities to try to say, man, look, to warn the authorities, to say, man, this is what is coming. But nobody to date has taken him seriously. And I thought that, himself talking to, the court of the Supreme Court of Public Opinion for Edo people, and Nigerians to be aware of what is happening might just do the magic. Hello, bro. Well done, sir. Sir, is it possible you join us online, or do you want us to just play you out on audio? Because I'm already live. Yes. Yeah. Okay, sir. I will, open the audio of these, and I just want to interview you. You talk to us freely, okay? Of course, you can conceal your identity, no problem. But Edo people would want to know some of those things, that we, the Edo people, need to know to wake up to our sensibilities and to wake up with the reality of the time that we are in right now. Is that all right by you, sir? Thank you. Thank you so very much. So, viewers, because of the sensitivity of this whole matter, and of course the position this person occupies in our own community and our society, and again, he's into the matter and still getting more information. So we are going to conceal his identity and just listen to him. Sir, Edo State is in a critical position right now with the influx of many things. A few days ago, I made a broadcast here, which you saw, about somebody arriving, collecting a certificate from somewhere. Can you tell us what you know about that, sir? Let's start from there.
Like I told you, I'm just coming in from my shopping. I like when I'm giving informations, I like concise, explicit information.
Yes, sir.
The guy you showed in your video, and you mentioned that he got a purported certificate from Abuja, I will tell you categorically that is not correct. He is a Kanuri man from Borno State. He got that certificate he purported to come with from Borno State. I've done my investigation. I'm a licensed investigator, so I do things with authorities. I have his number, I have his name. It's a pity this one is coming in shortly, and I'm just driving in. I want to be mentioning names and precise informations. This is a preamble. Maybe in your next interview, I'll be ready with that.
Okay.
The certificate he came with on Tuesday is to be the Vice Serikin Kanurawa in Edo State. When you say Kanurawa, you mean the Kanuri people. In Borno State, you have three major languages, which is the Shoa, the Kanuri, and the Babur. The Babur is where the former Kano State governor came from, Shekaru, Sebabra man. Idris Adanu, who was purported to be the the Sultan Shua of Edo, is a Shua man. So this man is a Kanuri man. There is an existing Seriki Kanuri in Edo State. Hello?
I can hear you, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. There is an existing Seriki Kanuri in Edo State, which is this man is to assist. They were called by the DSS the following day over the tunnel. Like I said, I'll let you have the DSS SDS number. You can make direct call to the DSS. They called them. They'll say, what is the uproar about? They saw the certificate is not from Abuja. And they also saw that he is not the chairman of the Kanuris in Edo, but the vice chairman. That is the certificate given to him. Similarly, like I told you before, we have the Seriki Nupawa in Edo State. What is the Seriki Nupawa? The Nupe people have their own Seriki. The demised Seriki, I know him very well. He's an elderly man. He speaks Benin very well. He speaks Yoruba very well. He was born in Benin. He grew up in Benin. I know him. He knows me. He has been to my place. When he died, there was Tosso, who is to be the next. I remember there's a rate. I promise I'll forward the palace information signed by the BTC secretary in the person of Frank Rabo, that when there was similar issue within the new powers who will be the next Seriki, as incidents will have it, the SMUP was in the palace. He now chose who should be the next Seriki power of Edo State among the two contestants. That is how that was solved. Now coming to the Fulani. Oh, before I go to the Fulani, let me talk of the Shoah. I read Arabic language in Khartoum, in Sudan. When I came back to Nigeria in 1996, I used to think that the only cattle breeders, cattle rearers in Edo State were Fulanis. I was somewhere, I spoke Fulani because I speak Fulani too. I spoke Fulani to this cattle breeder. He said he doesn't understand Fulani. I said, wow. Do you speak Hausa? He said, no, a little. Where are you from? He says, Arab. Arab from where? He said, Chad. I said, I know from the beginning of Chad to the end of the Chad. I know everywhere. We started speaking Arab. That is when I knew that Arabs, Shua Arabs, are also cattle breeders. They call themselves Al-Ayab Cattle Breeders Association. Why the Fulanis call their own Miyeti Allah? When you, from Fulfulde language, Miyeti Allah means I thank God. That's just what it means. Cattle Breeders Association. I work closely with them. And I want to emphatically tell you here that I've had a series of meetings. Do you know, at a time when it should be at about, when Kukuma was the first CP of Edo State, there was robbery around Odigwetue, Odigi, Aziz going to own those states. I had to go in, I would dress like a Fulani man, go into the bush, to go and infiltrate them. It's from there I called the meeting, called the CP. CP Kukumo did a very good job that time. We called a meeting, called all the Seriki Fulani of all the 18 local government areas. Even all the other small areas have their Seriki Fulanis. We call them that if you know you must continue operating here, you have to take, we have to have a biometric, give you an ID card. So we went to the police headquarters, we called all of them for a meeting and asked all of them to, the OC fingerprint was there. We took their fingerprints, took their photograph. One of them that was very stubborn refused. I went to the CP. CP, this person is refusing to take his biometric, meaning he has ulterior motive. The CP asked that he must have his biometric taken or else he will be arrested. Forcefully, he took the biometric and then we all left. As it were, why did we do that? So that if there's robbery anywhere, we'll hold the Seriki responsible. If there's robbery in Okbila, I don't know if you remember when they were manufacturing bomb in Okbila. Yeah, I give out the news sometimes too. I say rather things like that. If there is a problem in Okbila, we hold Seriki Okbila responsible. If there's robbery in Abudu, Seriki Fulani Abudu will hold you responsible. If there's anywhere there is problem, we'll hold the Seriki responsible. They were not happy with that. It didn't go down well with them. As a result, the meeting ended that time. The next thing, they were asked to leave the bush around that Odigwetwe area. That period, there was calm, there was tranquility. As it were, I left Nigeria, I traveled. The next thing I heard, they all came back. Do you know these people so tactically formed that they hold meeting inside the bush? There was a meeting we had to go to when we were trying to separate who and who is perpetrating this kidnapping, this raping, this armed robbery. We want to know, is it Al-Ayab, the Shoah, or the Mieti, the Fulani? We discover, from my investigation, discovered that the Arabs, they don't steal, the Fulani, they are the thieves. I have no apology on this. I am categorically saying that all the robbery and everything that is going on there in Edo State, all over the country, is the Fulani people. Arabs, they don't steal. So, I discovered that there has been rancor, there have been anarchy, there have been power tussles among the Fulanis, mostly in Edo State. Before they install Alhaji Mama Sosa as the Mieti Allah or the chairman or the Serikin Fulani of Edo State. And then we have the Serikin Hausawa who has been existing. Some of them were born there, their father they were born there, and so on and so forth. Their house is in Busha Street, they have another one in Esigi. I forgot to tell you, the Serikin No Power, I've gone to his house, is off Esigi. And all these people, they have been existing there. And they also have another forum they call Arewa Consultative Forum, where you have Alhaji Badamasi as the chairman. Now, there is no chairman for the Shoa, and the Shoa is trying to differentiate themselves as cattle breeders from the Fulanis. I'm sure that is why Alhaji Idris Adanu went to Alhaji Adamu, the Serikin Hausawa, who gave him a certificate and a letter of appointment and made him the Shoa Seriki. And that is where the problem started.
Sir.
This is just not today.
Sir, one question. As a dope person, I just want to make this thing simple. Should we be worried as a dope people?
The only worry I would say we'll be worried about is the security aspects. Security speaking, leaving all these Fulani people in the bush and with all these tragedies there, you should not sleep. You saw what happened to Plateau State is going to happen in Edo State. You saw what happened in Benue State, expect it to happen in Edo State. I want to also make it clear here. There was a time there was supposed to be an uproar in Upper Sakomba, Oka market, when two Hausa people were killed. They wanted to reprimand the following day. There was supposed to be a reprisal. The following day, I had to quickly write to the security operatives. They had a meeting, even to the Hausa leaders. That is how that was quelled. With all these things in place, you should not sleep with your two eyes closed.
Okay, one other question, sir. I hear, okay, from a source that the Fulanis, okay, they have enclaves in every of our local governments and they have their leadership structure in this local government. Can you confirm this to be true?
You're very correct. Every local government area, the last time we had a meeting, all the Serikin Fulani of all the 18 local government area, their phone numbers.
What is sorry, sir? What is Seriki Fulani? Can you explain what this means? Do people want to understand what is Seriki Fulani?
Well, let me say it this way. Seriki in Hausa language means king.
King.
Yes, Seriki means king. When you want to address the king of Kano, you say Serikin Ado Bayero when he was Ado Bayero, or Serikin Sanusi, Serikin Jigawa, Serikin Tanu, Serikin, just like that. And I also want to draw one inference here. When we were growing up there in the north, after the fasting period in the north, the emir will go and visit with his Toba, go and visit the Serikin Inyamure, which is the king of the Igbos. Serikin Yoruba, which is the king of the Yorubas. If you look at it this way, the Edos too have their own. Like I told you earlier, they have Edo house in Kanu, and then you have the person in their head. What they are supposed to do is not to say the word Seriki, but chairman. In Edo State house, which was in those days it was Midwest house, from Midwest house to Bende house, from Bende house to Edo house. In Edo house, we have the nothing but president or chairman of the association of the union. But these ones, they are taking it as if it's like a stool given to them. And if you see the way that one, this man dressed, is just Harun dressed when he was coming from Borno, the airport. He was dressed like a royal person. Somebody like Alhaji Badamasi, who is a chairman, you don't see him wearing such regalias. You don't see him wearing such regalias. So the worry now here is if we sleep with our two eyes closed, they will just overrun that state. Even the governor that is thinking is comfortable, they will depose him. And every other person that has been there will be disposed, and those existing Seriki automatically will take over. Have I asked you a question?
Yes, I'm just I'm in shock, trying to wake up from the shock. Now, from your own opinion, sir, as Edo people, what should we do to ensure that this, this nemesis, if you may, or this wahala, does not come to pass in Edo State? What should we be doing from your own point of view?
Well, it's constitutional for you to defend yourself. It's not against the law. You have to defend yourself. I am not the first person, I will not be the last person to tell Edo people to defend themselves. The thing is creeping in gradually. It's like a typhoon. Before you know it, it will overtake the whole land. My friend Lante, 20 years ago, do you hear about kidnapping like this?
No. It wasn't even there 10 years ago anyway.
10 years ago? No, I'm trying to progress. 10 years ago, was it there? No. Why is it there now? Who brought it? What is the genesis? If we answer these questions, you see, some of these cattle people, these Fulani people, some of them have been in that bush for years, 40, 50 years. I met one time who knows that forest more than the indigene. He said there used to be a river somewhere. That river is dried up now. I said, take me there. He said, this place used to be a river. I don't want to mention the village because the Inogi will be off his head. Do you know some of our Inogi? They are the ones selling us off. They will sell a plot of land to these people. The house I have in Kanu, 7550. That's the most more you can get. By the time you get these things, your conscience so that by the time they give them one cow, they will sell their conscience. I have worked as an undercover agent. If you want me to start mentioning some, I'll deal with it because of cow. You'll give us cow at the end of the year. Yes. Okay, continue rearing your cow. They will destroy farmlands. The people will be crying because Odiwere has collected money from these cattle rearers. If you want their names, I'll give it to you personally. I'll give you their numbers. Go and ask. And some of them, I did it as an undercover, even prepared documents for them to incriminate them. And they signed, selling their consciences.
Chairman,
their rights.
The information you are giving out now, okay, I consider them as classified information.
Classified, yes.
Yes. What is it called? Are the authorities of the state aware? Because the last broadcast I made a broadcast to drive the sensibilities of Edo State, particularly the authorities. We wanted to talk to us, to at least put us at rest, to say we should not worry because everything is under control. Are they aware of some or all of these things?
Well, most of these things I am telling you, I have also written to inform the authorities. Unless maybe they were not reading the letter, they were just binning them, putting them in the bin. And they cannot say they are not aware because they are all aware. They have been having series of meetings with them. They are aware. They cannot say they are not aware. Why did they set up the vigilante to fight these kidnappers? They cannot say they are not aware when they transact with them. Like I told you, I will send you pictures which you will put on your next broadcast. Show it. They are aware. The only thing is they need to be curtailed. They need containment. Give them a yardstick, they will take the whole of your land.
And I hear that there's a mosque in a plot of land measuring about 1,000 by 1,000. Is that true in Edo State?
The Enoge that sold it knows.
Now, can you say that again? I didn't hear that quite clearly.
I said the Enoge who sold that land is aware. There's nothing wrong building a mosque. Fine. But what I want to draw out here is the rate at which, mostly in Edo State, the youths don't want to work, the elders are so lazy, all they capitalize on is the land. And remember, in economics, land is a limited resources. Once the land is exhausted, it's exhausted. So land must be managed. The 3M of management: man, money, and land. You must manage it, material, which is the land. You must manage it properly, or else, once it's exhausted, what comes in? Rancor, anarchy, pandemonium, chaos, and that is where we're going. That is where we're going. One thing, the only thing I'm disappointed in is, on all these things, our leaders are not coming up to address the public. They should come out and tell us what they know, what they are doing about it. I called somebody, they said 4 days ago, along Lagos Road, a vehicle was kidnapped. All the occupants in the vehicle kidnapped. Are we going to continue like that? I will tell you one thing, my brother Lumpty. Way back in the 80s, in the 90s, I like driving in the night. The road is good, the engine is cool, everything is cool. The road is not busy. Can you try these days? They are giving our government security vote. What are they doing with it? Secure your people. If you think your people is not secure, it's not your business, it will get to you. Have you heard of that Kaduna traditional ruler that was kidnapped and eventually killed? If you say it doesn't concern you, one day it will get to you. It will also get to you. When it started in Kaduna State, it was Zango Kataf. Remember that war between Zango and Kataf? Yeah, gradually. How is Kaduna like today?
It's completely overwhelmed.
When the government is overwhelmed. So, Obaseki should wake up. He's sleeping, he's slobbering, he's napping. It's time to wake up.
Thank you.
I'm lucky. I'm in a safe place. I can go anywhere where I am.
Yeah. And you are an undercover agent.
Of course. Do you know I had to, some of those Fulanis in Edo State, when they were to hold meeting, we had to go to Delta State. I was secretary in that meeting. If you don't understand Fulani, sorry, they will not speak any other language. It's only in Benin. You want to prove you went to school. You see a Benin man married to a Benin woman, have children in Benin. They will speak it. They are speaking how they come, how they go. Can you even speak Benin language? You must speak fully in that meeting. Secondly, one thing that shocked me: how organized these people are. 2 journalists were present in that our meeting. One came in all the way from Lagos when he heard about our meeting. Another one came in from Kaduna to come and join us in that meeting to go and report back in their various stations. I have their names, I have their numbers. After meeting, we'll be contacting They are surprised. How come you are the dumb man? You can speak fruitfully. You speak Arab. You speak Hausa. You speak French. I say it's the gift of God. So, on the bottom line, I think what should be done is to put a check to all these things. The president is the one person. We voted him there. If he's not performing, he should please step aside. Let somebody who is capable take over the place, the mantle. He told Jonathan that if Jonathan cannot fight insurgency, he should resign. What are you to tell us?
No, anyway, the president has his own agenda. It's clear. So it is for us to discuss Edo State. I'm not going to discuss Buhari because it's very clear.
My brother, the way I know the west of Africa very well and a lot of the east of Africa.
Yeah.
I'll send you a video. This man precisely decided to put it in audio. They are also planning to Islamize Ghana. Ghana government fought it to an end. Do you know the Ghana president made an announcement? This open grazing, he said, any cattle you see running, he said, slaughter it and barbecue it.
For pepper soup.
Yes.
Yes, I did hear that.
I had the announcement. You want me to send it to you? I'll send it to you.
I heard it.
Last week here, the pastor said, look, we know what you people want to do. We want to Islamize Ghana. Way back 1983, we were asking Ghana must go. You remember that back?
Yes, I remember.
Yes, I was in Ghana. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I'm not too sure. If you carry that bag, you are in Ghana, maybe you get to a flower border or any of the Ghanaian border. They will ask you, who has this Nigeria must go? The name has changed. It's no longer Ghana must go. It is now Nigeria must go. Who did this to us?
Anyway.
It's true. When I was to go for university education in the US, $1 was 82 kobo. 1 naira was £1. Do you know how much pound is today?
I know.
720.
No, it's more than that. It's not about it's 700, almost 740 right now. Meanwhile,
Okay.
a dollar is now exchanging for 550. Chief, thank you very much. I'll be in touch.
The last I knew was 530.
You know, it's 550 now. By yesterday, exchange is now 550. No, forget about that one. They know what they are doing.
Where are we going?
Well, to the abyss of no return. Anyway, Chama, I want to thank you very much. Please, I will still be in touch. All those information you're talking about, those materials, we will need them. Because I particularly said my ear will not hear these things. Yes, I will. I
want
will.
you to put it on screen.
Yes.
Let people see, let people view it, so that they will know that what I'm saying, I talk with facts.
Oh yes, definitely. That's what we're gonna do. Definitely. Because again, the information you gave me, I just said the people must be informed. Our people must know. You understand what I'm saying now? So that all of us will know that we are already sitting on a keg of gunpowder, and all we can do is to find a way to step down from this keg and dislodge the gunpowder in a way that it will be safe, and we will still, have our own, what's it called, environment to ourselves. And that's why the way it is. Baba Uwese Kakabo, thank you so very much for everything.
My brother, the thing is that we have slept too long.
We are waking up now.
To dislodge this thing, it's true. To dislodge this thing, we need a lot of effort.
We are glad. We are glad we have people like you.
We should not rely on the leaders. We will take it upon ourselves.
Okay, that's a way forward too.
that is the way forward. Take it upon ourselves. Because if we are waiting for the leaders, man, we will be caught on our pants down.
Bro, thank you very much. I'll give you a ring shortly after.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so very much for your time. Yes, Edo people across the world. I just thought I'd do this, you know. I've had a long chat with him. He's a private investigator. He's been with these people. He knows a lot about them, and for some time he himself had been trying to inform the authorities, you know, about what is going on. Talking of the government and the traditional institutions and every other thing. When he was speaking with me privately, he made some very serious revelations. You know, certain individuals in our society, notable people who are, you know, contributing to all of these problems. But it is not time, okay, for us to start delving into all those people right now, start mentioning their names. They are within us. Because the Benin man says, Oko Norieve, Oruweve, and that is why I am so pissed, angry with this whole story about this land grabbing situation. A lot of these are our boys from Enya to the other villages everywhere. They have sold all our land to Oriovi. You hear like they want to start speaking Benin. I will tori ma here. In here na Oriovi ne. O me o mana ya agwa ba. O to. A commodity no talking, or it's a limited commodity. O to even our na dey discreet about you know on working your turn na ne, who were your money here motor. That's what you are doing because on working your turn na ne can do anything with your turning. Also the board here yo, also the be okpisinguna yo, also the beke na dwiko yo. Na if you woman ma here no to o tedo. Acheno ene ivie gwen cheno ene abo yovene uswe yana e mana fiame afima no runda we ma dege bi ano sunu lega ma o ma regbe mana e bi ati ere ni ati e Plateau State o ma regbe inu evo no e laimi with Plateau State runda we abo yove ivie Fulani inya Plateau State ogbori yo no e laimi emi ni ama mwegbe o ibiri no e magwane ma ani about that Plateau State ani about that other Benue State other state ya fe ni legaba ya ma regbe ni ma anwa ge bi arosunu wani ma be so amie na wotedo we ga isi ye 2 years so nia o yena me we a village Fulani ma ye ya si ibiwe wo do no ba ye we garu we a ring road akpakpava adiri ibi we dey o yena me we o townsa ma ye agwale vori bona hunda ge ri makia wa ge Oriovi wadu mi mo kegbe keni ya we video ni u ne dia ne tene e mani etie ne iviedo ni rewebo ni gbe 20 years be 30 years ne ni ri mu egbe we yan retire ni adiowa afiama we gbe do degba afiama edo we ahio ayumo di abona adiowa we bona eri to keke no khini ma owo ke kumia no wa mani buni pa bo wari ma e kian setting ye we bo wa o so about the dado e tosin dado e wuse uswe mama ni dado e ne we bona e we ara nwina zeki ne we aide hin no wan ne ado mugbo sikowa do wanari mugbo dena do wani mari dena o wa ni ma yo bima wa ya hiene ebi ati abori obi no ma kai madina o wa mana imo dakha na do ami we about yove in a give or barrier the different local governments. Always Sarikineni, a local government, Sarikineni, or one West local government, Sarikineni, a central local government. O Ted do not buy ye. O Ted do not buy ye. If you don't know some, voilà, ah, voilà, no revona. Ma ya se di wa kiabore age. A ya se di kiabore. O na ya me we video ni hu o ma pegbe na we odikpe ikpe de anogbera. If no me we video ni magbera we ni ma tuladia. Na tuladia. Ni ma ni nyabo we ebi no sunu na. O ma je ma ye ma ho na mi we awi obo ha mekin. Awi bia ni kuwe enya nyawe ma ni nyawe ya ruga. Oji ma tuladia na. E ma ni nyabo ni we no sunu na. Hello.
Hello, open.
Who you are, sir? Call Baba.
Oh.
Who you are, man?
I también me nota. I guess you know we are made también hoy. Oh, wesi wenu wahia ya isi mi osege edo normal. We're online, Abi.
Yes.
Okay. So this is not it's not a private anyway. So you know he is that wesi wenu yasimi osege edo. So no unita or where it can matter ye where wo amana temata with the only problem no Edo State or a problem no Nigeria and so muto unique makan muto mi ro no lele muto here and no was no warrior or a government oge obaseki na pa eyawa no kege wa de ben we high the land use decree of 1978 is there very clear. So but the government successive government carry over no caro no wizeke we no yahinya de iya unia we mi no heke we no ro ya unia luwe we no heke iya isutoni ya nebu ne emanima heke ni aga ihinya noto a government or fail or see na me we mi here jeberi na 30 years ago kege wa de no government since 1978 government here fail the government ma we setting be pokwa we no we give we bo we the government bo wa ne ma de na me wo ke e mama iga develop area again or we urbanization to be so but a government you will regulate it to an extent na ya me where e man ya we to here we inform commission or government I de give the process in ya to ni
Yeah.
It has no be heke here we pay the government we always have a kind of approval or any that's why okay government fail in there am setting for one individual when our webo or see another me individual here ya imetin ya iri boye oto no heke no the government agba we the government your fail individual te can be no we mu
Exactly.
you know but mani bunia megwani ha ya ugwe obaseki omomo no we government do government karo de oshomo le gari wa osumbo gari wa oyegun gari wa ya gari wa ni ya ma we minana ebi megwana egbo baseki o na do ka we ebi ya do ri anena so but be no ri aye o ke na ye si uku na yesu ku gbagba na ya kon no ruto na o digba se edo because edo here ami be ni wi Yoruba u se kedo adenia be ni wi gbo e u se So another me where going another assume we do we do here is or we no ye agbon ya dege anywhere if Fulani tia onia near Nigeria ya na ke accuse ne wa ke accuse ya ke do ada ma mi pa wu ya no la dia no ka we tia onia Nigeria ya so no it was a big man ya or although where ni sinyo ni agitate ni both the agitators here my we no heke because anya boy or carry over we giving now nwa ya we ni ma we no heke o se na me we ni ya de ya ni ala ya na ku igbian but we no give
Okay, a direct call has come on. Brother, what's up? Hello.
So,
Hello, I can hear you, sir.
that is Illiteracy, please.
Yes, speaking.
Okay. Me, Fred Isibo, calling from Birmingham.
Come back. Go ahead, sir.
Here now.
Usawesi.
Oh, well, even if it's when we are seeing you again, here do we have what you are doing, we quite appreciate it.
Wesi.
No, okay. Then you know, some we do now. My baby, I can't just imagine where all these foreigners, even if they live in Benin for than 200 or even 400 years, not indigenous. I see no reason why those who decide to start selling our own inheritance, foreigners. What is coming to us? As if we maybe Mama realize it. So here it is.
Him the tar. My wife the tar.
I imagine Kaduna State, the problem in Orudo is the other gradually.
Yeah.
This is supposed to be the kind of things in Manapike, maybe some kind of example for it's just like with the those in Mawatuta, Mapodubo, Mahavia. And we waiting for them to invade us. So we know exactly what to do.
Okay.
All authorities in Benin, they pretended as if they don't know what is happening. The so-called government, the traditional rulers are all be quiet about it. Plan is where we go now. Of the children in Mabia, they might not go to that country to settle down tomorrow. So, just as if we maybe were, because don't know if maybe a last thing or the just we maybe because there is unemployment.
Baba la try no fear gio hunda we man the boy only have a call.
Okay. Okay, my conclusion now is that where those people they must wake up. They will let us protest. And the government can see where maybe we don't like exactly how they are keeping quiet about the situation. That's it.
What's up, Baba? You are man. Thank you so very much. Anyway, we're here with Domo. Many characters sing. Many that don't even when not be in my way na and I hear book ya mu. Even ya me zedona. Runda we ebona ni ma be zena. So we do so no we do see problem yi ma so egbe. Katikati mi ya na wa sunu we wana. Me aye te utamsa me masori bani a ogime dia runda we ite me ti di ba ya an science le bani so you wa said ni ma ya ma ni ma ya azedu sayo na me we abe imna ya fefe no so na be ni ma be me ewe ni ma be ko ya be ibaku be different way le va se va no de kan uto na the back here waka bo address you no all we na do the authority na e ma about yovi ni ado amo to te do or okay ni ado no okay na your back ni ado ni I call you wake be your limits no kate ya say no say any C of O na if no you okay ni ma gun kan no run that way ohia ma wa ye na mi bana no okay hello hello good afternoon ma hello eminita oh I say call you call mama oh call mama start call go ahead ma'am
imuna no wina ma ya dege okona no rina ogo no pa dogwe utodede ukudede ogo no pa ona ni ma na ke bori wiye ima atuti edo ni rogwa kelisi kigba makerili koma kerili ima ya atuti ya tete ni katare de no gbera we utume asokobo no nya igi gwetwe we na na myewe alaba wọ́n ní tàbí bàbá máa wọ̀n yà èyí àyè wà máa kí á sí ègbè máa ná mọ́tò máa kí á sí ègbè ní ọ̀dọ̀ ọ̀bẹ domi máa kégbè ó bí iná pàdàkì ní àwọn ní agbè ìmà ó ẹ̀rẹ̀ wá sẹ̀ ní máa yà tó làbíà tẹ́lẹ̀ náà gbọ́n ẹ̀rẹ̀ ilẹ̀ kéde láìláì náà bá náà rà wọn kàn ní ìvàní ó ní àárín ègbè máa dúró gẹ́gẹ́ ní òkáyà dé ó tẹ́wé máa ní ọ̀pá. Oh, no, yet, would no heke ya la view on in Nigeria. Me at Liputi referendum. I don't know what the that way. We are only a pa, wait the form in our way money. Only Maga can say money cake. In Negige, then Nigeni Yana, then if you got by no Bejina, even in Negige, or you see my Agmoya, who broke away. The bayan you say that we not working out with the armor talking. They go to Atuladia radio that I don't wear Amasi Anya. I get set ne do have a yakin Atuladia on our way bidding. There radio will tell with money. Here I have to my little cataba. Where I think when I need your motor, I'm out. So, if you know what I can imagine, again, my Atuladia, when I vote, and then like Babas Natuladia by the well, then, are you an idea with why your hand? I can't boy him one.
I am only metabo.
So, if I hear me now, we dinner. So, I hear where I would be, I remember where. Yeah, only I do my motor. Mark me away, you're taking or ya, originally cow time. Hotel the quick, who that is no Calopaya yet, no, not you laugh, a cold laugh fire years, who tell you that I don't tell me, or in the root of the Hekenia on the Cacapo.
You was a cabo.
Or Hekenia and the Cacapo. Was
a sabo at the bar, was a cabo. Call you. Hello. Hello. Hello, can hear you. Yeah, having to talk call you. Well, I go away. The kid go away. Hello. No, what damn here? What was your Nicoto? Go ahead, my minuta. Go ahead.
I mean, money better, man. But I blame me, but my blame me to my ear taking my image.
Why?
But I have any that to ask me to name. Well, my only part we make it me when I have the lady.
Okay.
So I have money in record, they don't have a solution. So the only solution in my beg you, because what they blame me, man, making it only way because the virus. Manipulate with my house over my dear do and do what. But when I was don't regularly do. Everywhere, you know. So, if you look at my car, I can imagine I take money. I take my husband and I winner. Yes, my eye will go to the listen because a mother is taking individual agreement to come to the working on yourself. I don't know, anyone is looking at book. And for me, it's such a day, you know. Is how Makawaka United Makawan. I'm
any matter in a panel now. But the never way divided with force, United we stand.
Yeah.
But an area more than any other and you go no I ask a bonima. I like you go. Until we all come together with McCarthy and Human, it's okay by asking it all. We have to start from home.
Yeah.
Well, give the money kind of one way. To be my we can do night, boy. And here today, the always go 8 years on. We will have to go back to join, but when I can't, let's come.
Women.
I can't know my and I have to love each other. Then you could then I know, because you know, I'm going to be here. Also, I'm living like it's the travel thing. It's not much travel. So we have a plan. Here I am in Nigeria. Was a third baby, was a third baby, or battle one. What do I say? Not a yak more one. I never did nearly because the country can never can I think in Nigeria. So, any my can't say, only my hair has your wife. I don't know why. I guess I want to move down. So, there you go. Nice, yeah. Whatever what I look like. So, then I'm not what I left on the Korean and my water. Okay, and I say, really, good time.
EOS, how about the bow?
Okay.
What's up? Let's take this another one. Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hello, Mahem Nuta. We can hear you.
Is this Comrade Lante?
Yeah, Comrade Show. Yes, ma. Go ahead, ma.
Please, I always don't want to call, but I want to say this concerning this program you are doing, concerning these people invading Benin City.
Yes.
Yes. What I want to say is that it's not, for me, it's not a bad thing they form the association. The association can be the only way the government can curb their vices. We come overseas and we form our association, we build our houses, we live happily. So it's not really anything that has to do with war against the people of the land or whatever. Like me now, I'm opening a company in my village. It's the people that I'm using to work. No, I don't person to work in my farm.
Good.
Yes. So it's not really what we think. So me, I think it's even good that they will write down their names with their association. If there is anything, the government can have their leader to hold responsible.
Very good.
So there's no fight there. Let's look for the way how we're going to develop our state. That's all. And even the company are trying to open it, the chiefs were fighting with the chiefs, the head, the other ways of the village. But these people are the one working from the beginning of the company. They are the one working in the farm for me.
Yes.
If not, then we will not have anybody to work.
Very good. Very good point, madam. Very good point.
Yeah. So that's the only way government can be able to cut. They have this association, just like the way we do in UK,
yes,
or in anywhere of the world.
And
that's where we find a way to manage them too.
Yeah,
so if anything happens, you hold their leader responsible.
Good. Auntie, very, very good point. Oh. The only thing, just stay on the line. I would like you to hear it.
Yes.
The only concern the Edo people are having is this. Okay?
Yes.
Whatever is happening in Plateau State, happening in Benue State, is just the same pattern. Okay? You may not be aware that some years ago, two of their persons were killed. There was a clash between them and some people in Edo State, and there was going to be a reprisal attack that would have claimed the whole village in Edo State, if not for the intervention of the security apparatus, because information got out before the night they were to do that. So the same way they are gathering right now, it was the same way they've been gathering in Plateau State, in Benue State. And today, those people have sent, more people to their graves than anybody ever anticipated. Yeah. Because they now lay claim and ownership to the area they occupy. So this is the area. Now, Madam, listen. Madam, listen. Madam, listen. I think another point again with government and the authorities in the land is this, okay? Yeah. Once the people are like this and people are a bit apprehensive and unsettled, you expect the authorities to come out and say, no need for apprehension. Everything is under control. We have put this and this and this in place. Why is nobody talking to the people? It's a major problem. Why is it that nobody is talking to the Edo people? Edo people wants to hear from the authorities, from the leaders.
This is it. Yes.
Because if you don't talk to the people,
like you're in UK, you're a leader of this program. Nobody in UK will come and disturb you.
Yes.
We're using it to repair our land.
Yes.
You were talking concerning our city, how to make our state better. Every week I watch your program. It's all to make our Edo State is going to get better. Just the same thing they are doing.
Exactly.
The government be involved with them.
Exactly. We will not be discussing this if government or the authorities have come out to say this is in place. No need for panic. We have a right to be unsettled when we see things that we have never seen. I was born in that land. I grew up in that land. I have a footage sent to me. My auntie, just listen. I have a footage sent to me. A coverage of Ibiwe, Ring Road, all those areas. In fact, I looked at the footage. Remember, I'm not sure I saw a Benin person in the streets. So why are we having this? Why is there a policy that allows us to just let everything go like this? The issue you raised, they are the ones working in your farm, working in this. It's another issue too, that if we don't come together as a people, okay, to drive deliberate policy, to make our people involved in affairs of our land, we are losing it. Everybody must take responsibility. I have a responsibility. The governor has a responsibility. Everybody's got a responsibility. But somebody is in charge who needs to talk to the people of Edo State, what is happening, what government is doing to ensure that we should be at ease. Why is nobody talking to us?
Responsibility. We especially we that in diaspora, because the people that are home, they don't know life. They don't see the light. Sister, I
won't lie to you. I am genuinely bothered and worried. Okay? I can decide to say for the rest part of my life, I will not even visit Nigeria again. But can I really do that? I can't. By birth and my inclination, I'm an Edoma. Besides that, I have a family there. I have people there. I have everything there. I'm in the UK, but I think Edo. I breathe Edo. I do everything Edo. So I am concerned because I see what is happening in Plateau State. I see what is happening in Benue State. I see what is happening in Top North, what they have done with Kaduna, done with Zamfara, done with all of these people. And these are the same people from Chad Republic, from Niger Republic, from all of these useless policies made by the president of Nigeria. They are all in Edo State. In the gas of they are working. And at night, they are kidnapping. They are killing our people. Insecurity is on the highest. We are not seeing practical policies, okay, that is arresting these things and nipping them in the bud.
These people are doing worse. They are doing worse things to us. Our people, our leaders are doing worse to us. Especially we.
I have names of a Nogies.
We were here. All we think about how to make Edo State better. If you want to do anything in Edo State, our people are even the ones doing work to attack us. And without the development, Edo cannot be great. And they are the one obstructing the development of Edo State.
Sister, thank you very much for your call. Let me take another caller.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes. Hello, Captain.
I greet you, sir. Go ahead, sir. Hello. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, this is P right here. Thank you for the show. I just want to respond to the last lady that called right now. I want her to understand that I myself, I'm a farmer. I own farm in Edo land. All right. But I decide to use Edo people to work. Yes, because they are more expensive. Actually, if you want to use Edo man to work, it's more expensive than to use these foreigners to work. It's more expensive. But we need to learn how to use our own people to work. One of the reasons they don't use our people to work is not because our people are not there to work. It's because they feel that it's more expensive. But you got to pay more. In the United States where I live, if you want to use a U.S. citizen to work, it's more expensive. You understand? Because he owns the land. You understand what I mean?
Yes.
So, yeah, he owns the land. He pays more bills. He has houses. He got to take care of his kids. Got to send kids to school, do some of that stuff. But most foreigners, some of them don't even have a house. You understand what I mean?
Yes,
so they don't have a house. People need to understand that you need to invest in your people. I use people to work. I own farm in Benin Kingdom, and I use my people to work, and I pay them. You understand? The second thing I want to say right now is that let's try and make sure if we're broadcasting, let's try and talk about the Benin Kingdom, because the Benin Kingdom actually attracts international community than when we just use Edo State. Sometimes when I talk to some of our people right here, not until I mention the Benin Kingdom, sometimes they don't know what you're talking about. A lot of times they don't know what you're talking about. But when you use the Benin Kingdom, you hear them mention, oh, about Benin. You understand me? So I would like us to see how we can be able to always use the Benin Kingdom, because it actually gets the message out correctly, and a specific location that has a history. You understand?
Thank you very much.
On the other hand, another thing I want to say is, if you read the letter that the state government issued last time, you'll see that there's a line where they said, even if that connection is held elsewhere, that is against the tradition of the Benin Kingdom, it means that, what does that mean? It means that they already sent a message to the government that if you do not allow to hold this coronation right here, we can hold it elsewhere and it will be valid. That's exactly what they did last time. You understand? So the witness, the government of Edo State already knew that they were going to hold that coronation elsewhere, so they have to issue a letter to that even if you hold it elsewhere, it will not be valid. They already threatened the state government, but I just do not want to give out some details online, so I just want to get you guys to have that in mind.
Thank you very much, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right, boss. Thank you so very much. Anyhow, I think that will be the last call I'll be taking. Why? No, not call anymore. Because I'm just getting ready to go to work now. But having said that, there are a couple of things I'd like to mention. This is very important. I want to use this medium to appeal to the governor of Edo State, Governor Obaseki. Please share this broadcast widely as much as you can possibly, do. For the governor to expedite action to ensure that this open grazing law is sent to the House of Assembly and passed, because all of these two, they will help to equally, secure our land. You understand what I'm saying now? Just this, I want to play a report now. This is a report by ITV. Ondo State, or the Vigilante group, Amoteku, arrested, some 50-something cows, for breaching the anti-open grazing law, and I think that's a very useful development. They arrested them so was it yesterday or the day before yesterday, and all of that. So the law is already in operation in very many different states. I think we are one of the only 2 states now, if not the only state, that has not sent that law to the House of Assembly. We have not even sent that law to the House of Assembly. You understand what I'm saying now? Lagos was one of the 3 states, but today Lagos has transmitted their own law to the House of Assembly. You understand? So I don't know why Edo State is reneging on this. Everybody is talking about it. Everybody is concerned about this. We are losing people every day. Edo people are dying in their farms every day. People are no longer able to go to farm, and because of this issue of herders farmers clash and all of that. And this anti-open grazing, bill and law is one that everybody is looking to say, okay, this one is hopefully will help curtail this. And so we are using the mandate of Edo people to call on the government of Edo State to transmit that law to the House of Assembly for quick passage, so that Edo people can give some respite, and empower our vigilantes and the police to ensure that anybody who flout those laws should be brought to book as quickly as can be. Let's meet please except from Ondo State. This is credit to TVC News for reporting this.
From Yobe to Ondo, where operatives of the State Security Network, also known as Amotekun Corps, have arrested 56 cows and 3 herders for flouting anti-open grazing law in the state. The cows and the herders were apprehended at Ikare Akoko and Akure after destroying some farmland. Ayodeji Moradeyo reports.
Ondo State's Governor Rotimi Akeredolu had last week signed the anti-open grazing bill into law, a week after the law has become operational and the first set of culprits have been arrested by Motekun operatives. The long hand of the law cut off with some others in Ikariakoko after the cattle openly grazed on another person's farmland. Over 50 cows were seized by the Motekun operatives for flouting the law.
Cows were kept.
The Amotekun commander says it is no longer business as usual.
The anti-grazing law has fully taken off in Edo State, and we are going to enforce it to the letter. No, it is not business as usual for them, for peaceful coexistence with farmers and the government. And the only way they could relate at that level is to comply with the provisions of the anti-grazing law, period.
Members of the Miyati Ala Cattle Breeders Association and the Hausa community are in support of the government action, but pleaded for more time to educate their members.
I go support government action now. I did together. I did work for government together. Take another dimension, not the way it used to be before. So each and every one of them should be very, very careful not to destroy people's property again.
The culprits were...
You see the matter. They know what they are doing. Not the way it used to be before. So they know that the way it used to be before is very bad. Not to destroy people's property again. So you see why the law is important. They will adapt by the law, follow the rules of engagement of the law, and our farmers will be safer. Their crops will no longer be destroyed. The other day I was watching somebody from Yokoriomo, whose farmland here destroy the if Inyani are destroyed. But this law will help to protect some of those things. So, Governor Baseki, your government needs to work hard as quickly as possible. Because I don't know why we will be the last. All the states that agreed, they've passed this law. Lagos, the other day, they've transmitted their own to the House of Assembly. We cannot compare ourselves with Imo State. Imo State is a stooge to their president. The government is a stooge. So we know where that is coming from. Everything is just... Well, if you don't know some you understand? We will not rest. Okay? We will continue to speak. We'll continue to be on top of this issue, because where also make a mistake. Understand me? There is no politics in this. There is no... If you obey ma evie donire we bo ogmori o manyahin ni boni adiowa o wana de o mahim no bi o igi ala e kheda do ori dege afia mafia do ge hundu nime no magbani mani nene dona ni mabe zena na be we okay na mani bu ma yile zedo ma roted over ma wadi khie gbima wa ni ma ya wu yo bone gbima usu ma na o be popo ni ma be ni usu ma na o be popo gbima na ya do ma be khue gbima khue o mi ma khue ti ma khue o si ma be khue abo egon na me we egon eyan iwe mi bu kian oke ki ni vie do ya kugbe oke ki na bi mi we abe e mani nyanwo ya be gwi magwa mi no keke ni ma ya anye mani vie do run da we ma fie gbo agbe na e mi no sunu tedo e sunu be e kenobun no lega Nigeria ni e sunu be ri oni e wo ma ho na me royi ahwe mo magna inuna no uwe ni kire akugbe inuna no we ni kire inu mame mani vie do inu mame Oviedo megbe or Oviego lawa. Oviedo popo or Oviego lawa. I wouldn't need to say fair. O mekini yakana ya mume ya sene. Edo we uta a ninyuwa. Ni majena ni ya usaba yinye di ma ninyuwa di makiami nyuwa na. Ana me unimi ma. Ana de ya mi we unima to sinima ni bunyi. Ima wagona gbaso ani border yoba ani border nokba ani border nokba. Me no mabata esi. Unima ni matubi mani. No be do adeba oze no khiana. E ma mo to khiana. Akhi obi e bo mi oto. Amune hoen. Kunde bo kin sun do we igo no masigo. Mai we mana do ki e mone me nwa mani bu we hia o. Mai we no kin alele e ni ma obi ge na. Owo no fie ko o ba hoen. No fie ko o ba hoen. Oni ni ma e bu ni bo te do wa. E hoen oro da o kheda dore. Oro da o kheda dore. Awa dame sha. Eron bi mu. On wa mata no ro we. Le bas no diri aye we si agbara wonu kha we ma ye na mi we e ma no kheke ma ni nya bo ikata si na we e moni kuwo e nya e ma ni nya e ruga e ma ni nya we ni agui magwa ni agui bi edogwa ni ma ke ni ma amudi aye fun da we no re na ma mi gbo ede wotedo ama mi gbo ede wotedo na la wo o ya ri oba no ri no e ma no kheke no agui magwa ni agui magwa mi ni gba ka be tasin owe ze akun luwore ohama me ogbo ma na bi o dege ni ro ke doke ni mamudi ayi na kha mi ma make na e no ya fitani weze akun luwore ohama ogbo ni bi o ta obunia no ya kan e ma so no keke no gba o rewo e ma na rie e tina we wa gba o rewo usu ya ni bi arusu obe usu wa ni gbeku yewo kate abe eso na ni ahe audio we eso na tie nigi eso na tie ohe eso na tie that be ni tie usu ya ni obe oze obe we zoe ba di ma wo kulele ehia otedo na me we mi ati ebi ya na igwa kana onodo degbe edado egbe oba ya tawe ibiedo imala wo ma ko bokugbo asena na make na mute imi no khiana owe edo yuma imi okpa oredo eko na la wo no rena oni magbe okabo ni magbe me kan se de ki abore na la ho inaga ewu na ya mi we imo maki mama ni ya mama ave ivie molebe zi huro ni lele akhia na mi we akuri oyuwen mo no ajiri oni so popa no imama na izu egbe na mi we majo ya sin mi ewi ma no gie do fe na oyi megun na la wo ni mahia kugbe ni masiri na CSA anyway wa ya say it's been a Comrade Show, people. Thank you very much for joining. We'll be on top of this matter. Whenever we have updates, we're going to come again, but we're on top of it. We are doing a lot. I'm talking with a lot of people who know a lot better than I do. And I'm sure that at some point we're going to reach some conclusion. We must have, our own mechanisms of defending ourselves as a people. We've started. By way of the broadcast alone, we started. Because I'm a fan of I am in Norway. Now we started talking, we started opening this whole thing. So now they here in the river. If they think we do not know, let them know today that we know we are aware of happenings around and we are not willing to be quiet. On that note, thank you very much for being a part of this this broadcast. Why will if you are calling, I'm not taking your call. I'm just getting set to go to work now, and I'll see you guys when I see you. Thank you very much. My name is Comrade Show. Yeah, bye for now.
The Comrade Show with Comrade Vigilante live on Facebook and YouTube. Like us, follow us, and be the first to know. This is the Comrade Show.